Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to a very special video here. I am on vacation right now in Walt Disney World in Florida. You can hear the stream probably behind me. Got my Mickey Mouse shirt on. Just came back from Magic Kingdom a couple hours ago. But I had actually set a bunch of videos to go on my channel before I left for vacation. I was not planning on doing one while I was here, but just got the word that our beloved American icon, one of the true legends of all of our lives, Betty White, has passed at 99. She was 2.5 weeks shy of her 100th birthday, in which there was going to be like a big celebration, a big theatrical special event that was going on with a whole bunch of people, and maybe they will still do something, but more as a in memoriam tribute to her. Betty was one of those people who, look, you knew it had to happen at some point. She was certainly getting up there, but just an American icon, and really the last true, member of the original class of television back in the 1950s. I guess Mel Brooks, you could say, he's still with us as well. He worked on variety shows in the 50s too, but Betty White, started her career as a model and then went pretty quickly into the very beginnings of television. In fact, she was one of the testers for some network in the mid 40s on television. So she goes way, way, way back. But Life with Elizabeth in the 50s, Date with the Angels in the 50s. She had a couple of variety shows, and then of course cementing her status as a legend with the 1-2 punch of Mary Tyler Moore and the Golden Girls in the 80s, and then somehow sort of became even more of an icon in the last 10-15 years. Her movie career started thriving. She did The Proposal and a few other movies like that, and then of course Hot in Cleveland was a big show for a few years on cable, and then just the reruns of Golden Girls, the constant reruns of that show. And I've talked to many friends over the years about Golden Girls because it is one of my favorite shows, and it's one of those shows that keeps sort of giving. There's not many shows from that era I can think of that people under the age of 20 or 30 watch. I mean, Seinfeld and Friends, but even that was 10 years after. And Golden Girls lives on because the writing was so sharp and so wonderful, but also those actresses just had such a great chemistry. And of course, Betty was the last one standing. But I actually think it's kind of appropriate I'm here at Disney because Golden Girls is owned by Buena Vista, which is owned by Disney. The Proposal was a movie as well that I don't think Disney proper put out, but it's owned by Disney. So she certainly has a little bit of a history with Disney as well. But I don't know. I felt like I had to do a little bit of a tribute video. At first I thought this has got to be a hoax. It's December 31st. Oh, haha. Betty White didn't make it into the new year. But our agent confirmed that it's not a hoax. It is real. And I go back with Betty White too from when I was very young on Mama's Family. She played on the NBC version of Mama's Family for 2 years before it went into syndication, and they sort of dropped some of those angles. Rue McClanahan was dropped, Betty White was dropped, and they got the Bubba character or whatever. But by then she was on Golden Girls anyway. So, just every time she popped up, she just brought laughter wherever she was. Always a great talk show guest, whether it's something recent like Ellen, or if you go back and look at, there's countless YouTube videos of old talk show clips of Johnny Carson and all of those older talk shows. And Betty White was always a great guest, always huge fan of the Animals, great game show panelist. You can look up, I'll try and maybe put some links in the description of some of my favorite Betty White clips that you can find on YouTube. But she was always great on game shows. She even hosted a few game shows, one of the first female game show hosts. People don't really remember that because they weren't successful game shows, but she did it. And her husband Alan Ludden, who passed at least 30 or 35 years ago, maybe more, who was a game show host as well, she and him, were sort of fused at the hip, and he was the, I guess, original host of Password, or at least the host of the most successful version of Password. And once he passed, She never remarried. You know, she went on to be a huge animal rights activist, and using sort of her celebrity as a platform for animal rights, which I think everybody appreciated and loved. So yeah, what else is there to say? I mean, she is one of the legends of my lifetime, but not just my lifetime, my parents' lifetime and my grandparents' lifetime. You know, they're all passed away as well by now, but you know, she was big in their universe in the 50s, for God's sake. So it's just a gut punch. And I was just texting some friends about it, and I said that thank God I am on vacation, because if not, I would be. I've always said like I would wear black for 2 weeks straight when Betty White goes, and luckily I'm on the happiest place on earth. But she's certainly going to be in my thoughts, the rest of the trip here, because she was beloved by everybody. In a world where, especially lately, where it's very divided. Right wing, left wing, liberal, Republican, whatever it is. Betty White was one of the few that everybody agreed on. America's sweetheart, America's mother. And it's interesting that she never did have kids of her own, I don't think. But she was all of our mothers, right? So anyway, just wanted to do a little tribute video. Thank you, Betty White, for all of the laughs. Thank you for everything that you've done for television and comedy. And, of course, thank you for being a friend. Godspeed, Betty. All right, we'll see everybody next time. Bye.